Somebody's hearing this, they're getting excited. What's the first step to get started?
Oh, yeah, that's a great question. That is a great question. What I always tell people, and I'm telling you, you will fall down a Google rabbit hole trying to Google how to start your business. I mean, you'll probably be more confused than when you had the idea in the first place, just because there's so much information. You really looking at what type of business model you want to pursue, because honestly, there are a ton, and I'm just talking from like the sonography perspective. I mean, let alone, other modalities in imaging, but, for sonography, there are about 8 different business model options that are, kind of the main ones that you could look at. So we've got like mobile ultrasound, either in fee for service or billing ultrasound yourself. Same with a facility. You could have a self-pay facility, having people come in. You could look at getting credentialed. Gosh, there's staffing, 3D ultrasound, screening services. I've got some clients that do some cool stuff with screenings, not just like at their physician practices, but I've got some that actually partner with corporations, which helps their corporation healthcare insurance lessen that load for them. It's cheaper for them if they offer different preventive types of things to their employees. So that's a really cool thing. We don't do that at our business, but I think it's just not something that we've ever really pursued, but I think it's such a cool option. And so there's just so many different ways. So definitely looking at the type of business that you want to start and kind of honing in on that, whether it's one or a hybrid of a couple, right? Some of those go so close hand in hand. Then figuring out who that ideal client is then. So if I'm doing mobile ultrasound fee for service, my ideal client isn't just physicians in general. It's specifically the physicians that are going to be ordering the types of ultrasounds that I'm going to be providing, right? And then looking at your market, that's something that's super important. So coming up with a market analysis, figuring out how many of those physicians are local to me, as an example. What can I charge for my services? Because we definitely need to know how much revenue we're going to make in our business, what it's going to cost us to start, what are my ongoing business expenses. So kind of putting together a market analysis and some information there, and then definitely having a business plan, making sure that you've got that all squared away and set up. And I've got, programs kind of from beginning to end with all of those things. But I think understanding first, kind of doing that research and grabbing all the information you can, and then really honing in on putting together in that kind of research phase, those few things is really, really important.